Hello and welcome back, and today I am going to show you all a recipe. So this is going to be a fun one because this recipe is my personal favorite, and if you're new here, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I do post food videos, travel vlogs and a lot more fun content. So we are gonna make pizza today. So there are a lot of ways of making pizza, but today I'm going to show you all the most basic and a very professional way of making pizza at home. So for that, what we're going to do is first we need a bowl, big bowl, and in that what we're going to do is add warm water. So first I'm going to add 1 cup of warm water, which is around 250 ml. Into it we are going to add yeast. So before adding the yeast, we are going to add sugar. So this is around 1 teaspoon of sugar, and into that we add the main ingredient, that is the yeast. So this is 3 teaspoons of yeast. Now talking about sugar, why do we add the sugar for making the dough? That is because to know if the yeast starts giving bubbles on top, and that's when we know the yeast has activated. We're going to let it rest for around 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, now it's the time to check if the yeast is activated or not. And okay, wow, the yeast has activated, and you can see the bubbles and the frothy water. That's exactly when you know that the yeast is activated. Now we are going to add all-purpose flour or maida. So this is 4 cup of maida, or you can say 500 grams of all-purpose flour. Into it we are going to add the salt. So this is 1 teaspoon of salt. We're just going to mix all these ingredients gently and form a little dough. Now we will just take the dough out on the floor and put a little bit of water into the remaining dried atta and just mix this up. Now we'll mix this dough with the others and just use your hand. Now we will just add a little bit of oil and just roll the dough over the oil, and now knead and roll. So just after few minutes of kneading the dough with a very normal and easy method of stretch and fold, the dough is all together now. So hope the pizza comes out well. Usually we prepare pizza in the wooden oven, which is the authentic way, but since we do not have that, we are going to use a normal oven. And while I'm telling that, the dough is almost formed, and now what we are just going to do is just fold it inside. So we just have to tuck the dough, and once you do that, just stretch it and tuck it, stretch and tuck, stretch and tuck. Okay, and this is the vessel. Don't worry about the mess, just put it in here, and we'll add a little bit of oil and just grease it all over. So dough is just like your baby, you have to very carefully handle it, and the more you have fun while you make it, the better it comes out. Baby's head is greased, and now we are just going to let it rest for some time. We have kept the dough to rest, as you all saw, and now we are going to make the pizza sauce. What I'm going to do here is I have around roughly 7 to 8 medium-sized tomatoes, and there's some water. We are going to boil the tomatoes. So while we are boiling it, just give a very gentle cut like this. So just 1 and 2, the plus sign we have to do here, and put it in the water. Why we are doing this? Because it helps us to peel off the tomato skin after it is boiled properly, because we don't want the tomato skin while we are making the pizza sauce. We are just going to boil the tomatoes, and once they are boiled, we are going to remove the peel off from it. So look at the tomatoes getting boiled. We need to boil it for more 5 minutes and then it's ready. So now what we are going to do is saute some onion and garlic in some oil while our tomatoes are getting cooled down. So the tomatoes have cooled and you can see the skin is shrinking, so it's going to be very easy to peel it off. We have chopped the tomatoes and the onions and garlic have been sauteed well. So now we're going to add the tomatoes. So what I've done is chopped 3 to 4 tomatoes and then I had made a puree of other 3 to 4 tomatoes. So once this is sauteed, then we'll add the puree. So mix this well. To add chili flakes, oregano and black pepper. So I don't usually measure in my ingredients. Only for my videos I have to measure because to show you all, but usually I don't measure, and I feel if you don't measure the food, that's the real chef, and that's how the taste actually changes and you know what taste you like and what taste your family prefers. So I would suggest don't use measurements, just know the ingredients. And now there is a very good aroma of the oregano and chili. Just at this time we are going to add the tomato puree and mix this. And now we are going to let it cook for about 5 minutes on medium flame. So after 2 to 3 minutes, the tomatoes you can see are sauteing well and the color, it looks very pretty and orangey. So now we are just going to add in some salt and tomato ketchup, just like a little bit of sugar to balance the sourness of the tomatoes. Mix it well and now again let it cook for about 4 minutes and the sauce will be ready. Tada! So the pizza sauce is ready and you can look at the color has become darker and the sauce is ready. So what we are going to do now is we'll check on our dough and then we will be ready to make the pizzas. I'm super excited, I tell you. So now just let this cool down for a while and let's go make some pizza. Made the pizza dough, done with the pizza sauce, and now it's the time to check the pizza dough and how much it has rose up. I had let it settle for about an hour. You can let it settle for more than an hour or probably 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, do you see that? As I told you about the little boy has grown up to be a man, and let's see. So this is one of my favorite steps. You have to punch it and it goes down. Punch it, punch, 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 punch. So this is exactly how the dough has to be. So the process of making the pizza dough is correct. Now we will just remove the dough out and use some dry flour and just knead it once again. We are just going to cut this. So we have one part of the dough and now we are just going to hand stretch it. While you are doing this process, you might notice that start to shrink, but that's totally normal. That's something that happens because there's a lot of air inside the dough. So that will happen. And you know the main reason why I want to show this pizza recipe to y'all, it's because so there was this time when I went to this one very famous pizza place. I think it was in Dubai, and the pizza that they made there, it looked so delicious, and it had all the colorful vegetables and olives and everything topped up so nicely, and I was so excited to eat that. But you know, when I had it did not taste good, and that day my expectations broke. It's been like quite few years back, and after that I tried making pizza at home. Before this, I used to actually take the pizza bread from out and make, but the time I started making the pizza dough at home, honestly, there's no going back. So yeah, this, and it is so much fun actually. If you have a small kid at your home, you can literally make pizza with them, and it will be a very intellectual and knowledgeable session for them, because they know the importance of vegetables and how you make the dough. So yeah, that would be fun. And while I'm telling that, the pizza crust is ready. We want to make a heart shape out of it. So what we'll do is so we'll just cut this much. So we are going to poke it, because we don't want the pizza base to bubble up. So now we are going to add the sauce. So the pizza is ready, and now we are going to bake it. So we are going to bake it on 160 degrees Celsius for around 20 minutes to 25 minutes, so that it gets cooked properly from the base and the top, since the base is the dough. So we want it to bake properly. So we'll bake it, and I'll tell you guys how it has turned out to be. Damn! The pizza is ready. Now we are going to cut this. So cheers! We've made the mocktail and the pizzas are ready as well. I'm super excited to taste this one and tell you guys my honest reviews of how they have turned out to be. But before tasting and ending this video, I'd like to tell you all that if you like this video, then do not forget to like, comment and share. And now let's taste. So we have a piece. This tastes so good. And let me tell you, the pro tip is, after you apply the pizza sauce, put in some shredded cheese and then put in your veggies and then again cheese. And that it tastes so good. Berry is always best. So if you like this video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. And until then, see you in next video. And also the recipe is shared in description box below.